Hey, what's up, guys? It's day 355. I got Kimmy Kim here.
What's up?
See it. And today we were just talking about this. Well, first I was like, what should I talk about on my 365? And then we just were talking. And then she was like, I don't understand. How did you say it?
I don't understand people that don't understand social cues.
I don't
Reading
understand
social cues.
how people don't understand reading social cues. Yes. Because, we were down in Santa Monica today, and there's a lot of people down there, all kinds of different people, all kinds of backgrounds. And, and I will say there's a lot of homeless down there. And so that kind of adds to also people kind of getting in your personal space. And, there's a lot in LA that it's heartbreaking because there's so much mental struggle around people in the homeless community and all these things. But even just kind of like the people that are just out and about that are potentially, not homeless, which is interesting to see some of the people today. And there was one guy who saw Kim, and Kim is like a goddess. And so he was like, and he was so sweet, so nice.
He meant well.
He meant well. And he came over and he was asking her about her hair.
Yeah.
Right? And how she did her hair. And it was really sweet because he did just want to know things. And what I was just about to say, and then I was like, wait, let's stop and do the 365, is it's kind of sad that us as females, this nice guy comes up and he wants to ask us questions, but the first thing we all kind of think is oh God, it's we kind of do the, ugh. And maybe even as a male, what we're talking about, because maybe you've approached females or a group of females and they're like, skirt, they don't really want to kind of play into anything. And a lot of the times it's because we're in a world of assumption where you just want to hit on us or talk to us or whatever. And we had that. Literally, we got to the beach and there was even a whole other group of guys that walked by.
A lot of people.
Just wanting to hit on us and whatever. And we're just trying to be there doing our thing. And it's, especially when people are really sweet and kind, because there was another guy later in the day who walked by and he said something. And he's just like, oh, that was so great, ladies. Because we were dancing. He was like, you guys are beautiful. But you could tell it was so genuine and he was coming from a good place. And we're like, that's cool. That's sweet. But it's the creepy vibes or we feel a little uncomfortable, or with this guy
Interrupting when it wasn't appropriate.
Yeah, we're in a mid-conversation. Right. And so we were just saying that. And I was like, it's sad today that so many women, our first instinct is to do this because we're so used to that cat, what do you call it? Cat calling and and so this is just kind of a random conversation today on the 365, but it's just interesting because now all of our social cues, right? We're kind of already being standoffish, but we don't want to be rude. So we're kind of being nice and we're talking to this guy and he's like, oh my God, she's so great. Asking her how she does her hair. And then bless him, he was like, well, I'm going to figure out this. And his hair was a little crazy, but he's like, I'm going to figure this out. And then, he walked off and did his own thing.
And then but when he came back and was trying to hand me something, it's just with the climate we're in with the pandemic, I don't want to take anything from a stranger.
Right.
It's just, the safety of my health and his. We don't know each other.
Yeah, don't know each other. And it was I think it was honestly was a piece of a ripped up shirt too.
It was a shirt. Yeah. It was just
it was just interesting.
It was a folded up shirt.
Yeah. But again, sweet guy, meant well, all the things. But yeah, it's what are the social cues that have been programmed in us, right? It has me really check myself because I feel that way too. Kind of ooh, hi. And I'm like, where does that stem from? What's happening in the world that when people show up and want to have maybe even potentially genuine conversation, that my first instinct is let's be cautious, So I know that I want to live in a world where we can all feel safe and communicate openly and all these things. But yet I also think it's this fine line and paradox. We've been talking about all these paradoxes so much lately, is that you have to also be able to learn to read people. And that's a skill in itself of if there's a group that's already talking and not coming in and interrupting, or I don't know, what else would be a social cue. And
I don't know. But before I came here, I had this interaction that fits with this. I was in my car, I had my window down, I was parked, and I guess these guys saw me get into my car, so they pulled up next to me to talk to me. But they saw my facial expression, and I think it clicked with him that he was like, I didn't mean to just like pull up on you like this. Like he realized, because I got really like defensive and scared because like this car just pulls up next to me. But then I saw in his face that he understood that I interpreted as like I had to like be defensive because like I'm by myself in my car. Like you don't just pull up on someone. So that at that moment, like I relaxed a little bit because I saw that he understood that it seemed a little off at first. And he just like was nice, just like to say hi. But like he understood. But it was like that approach did like, you know, it was, you know, you just don't like pull up on someone and just like unexpected.
You're like, skirt.
Yeah. So I got like my first thing is to like defend myself. Like, I don't know you. I might have to drive away really fast.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's like maybe we need social skills classes.
I think we've all lost just a little bit of social skills.
COVID, it's like, where did our social skills go? We're like, we see someone walking down the street and we're like, yeah. So anyways, be aware of yourself, of course, because you always have to be careful. My dad's always like, Lizzie, don't just think everybody's a great, nice person. And I do. I mean, I believe in everyone's core they are, and maybe they've had some craziness in their life or made some decisions that have led them to some things that maybe aren't of their higher self. But it's true that you still have to like be mindful of your surroundings. And, you know, and I think it's also kind of learning people's energy, and energy work is growing so much. You can even see it here on social media, people talking about energy and all of this stuff, so that we can read people's energy and understand social cues and you know, give people their space if they don't feel comfortable, or if someone feels uncomfortable, just kind of acknowledge like, oh, hey, my bad, like I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. And it's always thinking, how can I be a student learning in this game called life? Because we're all doing it every day. No one has it perfect. So it's not about like beating yourself up if you're like, dang it, I just totally did that to a group of girls myself or whatever. It's like, no, it's great. That's why, you know, we have these talks. It's like, you know, live and learn, get better. And, you know, and don't ever feel like you have to feed into a conversation that you don't feel comfortable with, right? Because we did kind of have to say, all right, like, we're going to go over here, have a great day, you know, because we just knew we didn't want to go further down that rabbit hole, because sometimes once that door gets opened, I'm sure a lot of females resonate with this. It just...
That's a whole conversation.
It's a whole thing. So, anyways, cheers to that. Thanks, Kimmy, for being in the video. Yeah. And say hi to Tintin. Say hi. Okay, bye.